For many years there's been the age-old question of can you wild camp in a city? And to find out, we're going to take you back to Roman times. Come with us. Okay, so I do feel the need to explain what I just said. So we are going to a place that is an old Iron Age settlement. Now back in the times when it was an Iron Age settlement, it was called Verulamium. It then became a Roman settlement, hence why I said we're going to take you back to Roman times, when it became called Verulamium. We're going to be staying at Verulamium Park, but Verulamium is actually inside the city of St Albans in Hertfordshire. So that is where we're going to go for the night. And we'll try and get you some historical facts when we get there. There'll also be a bit of entertainment as well, so stay tuned. Okay, so sit rep. We have just got off the motorway at the junction for St Albans, and we're not really moving. It's backed up all the way up the slip road, and we're kind of stuck and stranded.
You've got out to have a pee.
Claire, don't tell everyone.
Not you.
So yeah, could be interesting. We'll let you know if we ever get there.
Right, we have arrived. I'm going to leave David in the van because I sense he's going to have a rant. Let me take you and show you what the parking situation is all about.
Okay, so you know it's not like me to have a rant. So the reason why we were sat in traffic is because the Herts County Showground is right on the junction of the M1 and the A5, two of the arterial roads into St Albans.
So parking wise, we do have to pay up to 10 o'clock, but then it's free and you can stay overnight. So there's no restrictions for motorhomes, so you can stay here all night. There is toilets at the bottom and they are open dawn till dusk, which is quite handy. And that is the Verulamium Museum, that big round building there.
Now quite why anyone ever allowed planning permission for a showground to be there, I've no idea. Now it turns out by looking on Google there was an event at the showground, and the event was something called Zimfest. Now I've not got a problem with events, anything like that. However, one thing I will say is you need to manage those events properly. You can't let traffic build up everywhere. And I've got a theory that at these festivals what they do is they give people high-vis jackets, and what you do is you give them a false sense of power by giving them that jacket, and you take away all intelligence that they ever had. So where we are parked is a car park at Verulamium Park. We'll show you around Verulamium Park. We might even make it up to the cathedral and possibly to a pub.
Something's in the air. I can feel it everywhere. Every color seems to bloom, and there's light in every room. Now that you're looking up, I can see it in your eyes that lately it's been tough. But now the sun is rising, and we're new people. Let's be new people. There's summer. Don't let me down, down, down. Don't let me down, down, down.
Before long we stumbled across somewhere to get a pint. Ye old fighting cocks. Unfortunately, however, we came across a barrier. Okay, so just to prove that we are stealth camping in a city, behind you have St Albans Abbey Cathedral. Interesting fact about St Albans Abbey Cathedral, that's where I was confirmed by the Bishop of Richborough, who at the time was Edwin Barnes. The Abbey is actually home to Alban, Britain's first saint, and probably explains the new name of the city. Alban was a Roman soldier who was so impressed by the prayers of a local priest that he actually covered for him and pretended to be the priest when the priest was condemned to death. Rumour has it that the executioner's eyes fell out after beheading Alban. So I promised you a beer. We are at a cocktail bar. Claire's just choosing what she wants. I'm not having anything because I'm driving and I'm being sensible. It's 2 for 1, so I've had a mocktail and so's Claire, but they're pina colada mocktails, so we had to do it. So for the record, the mocktail was great. They're completely dog friendly all the way through, and they were lovely. They bought a bowl for the dogs, so check them out. So the beauty about the British weather is when it's nice, it's nice. So I'm cooking outdoors whilst Claire's doing the prepping indoors. So we've got a bit of a setup here with 2 kitchens. I'll show you. So Claire's inside doing the salad, and I've got the spare bit of board that makes up the bed, and I'm outside under here, under the tailgate, and I can cook the croquettes. So what we've got tonight is we've got Caesar salad, we've got a few other bits, we've got some hummus, some roleos, and we've got croquettes. Now I'll be honest, I think this is a little bit like when a man does a barbecue. So I'm outside, and basically all my job involves is doing this. Sorry, I just shook the camera at the same time. Claire's job involves all the prep, it involves everything else. And there we go, dinner is ready, and we have one last word from Claire.
Bon appetit. What a lovely evening. We could do with something to sit on.
Now that is where I've got something for you, Claire. Company called Benabomo, who do outdoor stuff, they've sent us out some stools to try out. Comes in a nice velvet bag. Cushion on top.
And then let's see if I can get this.
Let's see if Claire can get it right. There we go. You put the cushion back on top. You better sit on it and tell people what you think.
Okay, it's cool.
Is it comfortable?
Yeah, it's comfortable. It's a nice height, and yeah, you can take it wherever you go.
And the colour is very you, isn't it?
Oh, I like my rainbows.
She does. Right, let's see if I can do it. Funny thing is, I probably won't be able to now.
When you first get them, they're a little bit stiff, so there's a little bit of a knack to it.
So what we did say is initially, we said that we wouldn't recommend it if we weren't able to put them up properly, and initially we couldn't. So fortunately we have mastered the technique now.
But I think when you first get them, they're just that little bit stiff because they're new. But
I think they are.
As you saw, both of them went up straight away. So.
But basically there is a technique. You put your fingers in the holes and you twist them against each other whilst pulling at the same time. So just to show you, you've got finger holes there and you've got finger holes on the other side. You basically twist against each other whilst pulling it apart hard. If you don't pull it apart hard enough, then all of the locks don't lock into place, and that's when it might collapse on you. So just like that, one swift movement. And as you can see, all of the pins are in place. So what you want to do before you actually sit on it is you want to make sure that every single layer has got the pins in place. Okay, so to put it back down, you take the cushion off, so you've got your finger holes exposed. You put your holes in the finger holes that you've just exposed. You twist the opposite way to what you put it up, and when you push it down, you've got to push them both hard together. So like that. If you don't push it hard enough, then it won't go all the way, so then you'll have to come all the way back out and then all the way back in, like an accordion or something else, but this is a family channel. But yeah, we think these are great. And also, if you took the cushion off, that's a perfect stand for a beer, and that's the bottom of the cushion.
Yeah, so it can be a table as well as a stool.
Yeah, which I think works really well. So yeah, we're chuffed with them. I will link the company down below. They do lots of outdoor furniture. They said they wanted us to try something. These are what we chose because they're rainbow coloured.
I've actually got a great scenario for this.
Right, okay.
So picture it, you're out with the dogs or you're out for a stroll and you see an ice cream van. Don't worry, get an ice cream, you've got your stool, sit there, eat your ice cream.
Good idea. We'll get an ice cream tomorrow. It's a bit late now. Right, back to the van. So just walking back through, this is where we're parked. So at the minute it's still quite busy. It's 9 o'clock at night, but there's a lot of people about. You can see Claire's just unlocked it. But yeah, we'll let you know how the night goes. Good morning. So we had a really good night's sleep. You can see you've got the park behind us, so we'll go and walk the dogs in a minute. Did you have a good night's sleep, Claire?
Yes, it was lovely. Apart from, there was lots and lots of ducks. I think they took off and squawked en masse about 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, it might not have been that early, but yeah, it was loud.
Yeah, and the other thing to be mindful of is there were church bells that go off every hour, but I didn't really notice them past 12, to be fair. So yeah, I think this is a bloody good park.
Yeah, very nice.
Anyway, we'll take you with us when we go and take the dogs out in a bit, but yeah, definitely one to be recommended. Okay, so hopefully you can hear that in the background. It's the church bells. Now they've just started because the church service is obviously coming up on a Sunday. I love them. I think they sound amazing. I grew up with them. Claire says they're an absolute din and she dislikes them immensely. Comment down below. Church bells, yay or nay? So you see, one thing they do have is they've got a cafe here. Unfortunately, Claire's already had her second breakfast, so she can't have anything from the cafe. What? What do you mean?
I haven't had a second breakfast.
Oh no, you haven't. You've had your first one, though.
First breakfast.
You don't need to, do you? No. We can't afford to.
I can't believe you're lying to our viewers.
We can't afford to have 2 breakfasts for her. Otherwise, we won't be able to make as much content for you guys. We won't be able to go away every weekend. Anyway, let's see what else we can find in the park. Ropes and a harness. Oh, Tessie can do it, look.
You can't, there's not enough thingy.
Start halfway through. Tessie, leave mummy. You're not supposed to hold on to the top.
I've got big hands, there's not enough thingy. It's not meant for big kids.
Of course we relented. She's having her second breakfast. There we go, second breakfast. Now just one thing to say, I bought myself a reusable cup because they were doing a free coffee if you bought a reusable cup, and it folds up. So I'm going to make a conscious effort everywhere we go from now on to have this with me and to protect the environment. How's that? Give us a like and subscribe if you like that. Well, okay, I think our weekend's come to a conclusion. What did you think, Claire? St Albans.
Loved it. It's a thumbs up from me. There's just so much here. It's lovely.
Fantastic place, and it answers the question that I asked in the beginning of, can you wild camp in a city? Yes, you can. However, it's a nightmare to get there in the first place. Over and out.
It's already broken from the start.